Hello folks and welcome back to more Mass Effect Andromeda. And when last we left off, we ended up getting aboard the Nexus. Found out it's mostly abandoned. There's been a bit of a coup going on. And yeah, I also forgot that I had leveled up. And I can increase some things. So let's have a look here. Level up. Your squad has leveled up. Upgrade Ryder's combat abilities by purchasing combat tech or biotic abilities. So these are combat abilities. I've got 3 points. So I can't... Doesn't look like I can unlock Omni Grenade. Okay. Or no, these are the ones that I can unlock. The knocked out ones, the grayed out ones are the ones I can't. So I can increase like Omni Grenade, Barricade, Trip Mine, Pistols, Assault Rifles, Shotguns, Sniper Rifles, and Combat Tools. Or I can go back. Let's have a look at Biotics. Pull, throw. So this looks like... I mean, I know I chose a class in the beginning, but it kind of looks like I can get certain abilities from other classes initially. This is very different to the original trilogy. Okay, so we've got Incinerate. So I've already got a point in Energy Drain. Shields restore 35%, primary damage 160, synthetic damage. I would like to get another skill. Flamethrower unleashes a short-range jet of flame that causes bonus damage to armor and ongoing burn damage. Unshielded enemies held in the jet catch fire, priming them for combo detonations. Now this is something I've heard about, but I don't, or I haven't tried myself. Team support improves defenses and support for the whole squad through kinetic barriers. So this one must be like the leadership skills that you wouldn't be able to get as anyone else. Auxiliary systems improves the effectiveness of tech powers and constructs in a variety of ways thanks to customized Omnitor and hardsuit subsystems. Invasion infects opponents with an invasive VI controlled machine swarm that weakens defenses and spreads itself to nearby enemies. That sounds pretty cool. But I'm going down the tech tree again. Oh, there. Oh, okay. So, so it's essentially I'm going to be like an engineer again, by the looks of things. That does sound cool. Incinerate fires a plasma projectile that does burn damage to armor and inflicts ongoing burn damage to unshielded foes. Burning enemies are primed for combo detonations. Oh, let's get that one. Because, you know, I like me some flaming powers. So we're going to select this power. So rank 1 Incinerate. Alrighty. Ooh, I can open up a few things. Recharge speed. Ooh. Ooh. This could be delicious. This could be delicious. Let's it's not gonna let me come out of here until I confirm. Cryo beam. What the hell, boy? Let's have a look at this. Directs a continuous stream of super-cooled particles that freeze targets, priming them for combo detonations. Freezing disables unarmored enemies and weakens enemy armor, but has no effect on shielded foes. Oh, then we've got the flamethrower. Oh my god, look at that shit. Damage, recharge speed, lingering burn, blinding heat, reach, anti-armor. Oh, sod it. Let's go for that. We're going to get the flamethrower. And we're also going to improve offensive combat tech, so tech power damage. Let's go. Boom. So I've got 3 abilities. One's for shields, one's for armor, and one's for melty. Nyak, nyak, nyak. and then increasing the overall effect. So we're going to confirm those changes. Now we've got Cora. Now I believe she's our biotic. Now, as per usual, Asari Commando or defensive training. None of these, I think. Proves Cora's offensive abilities by honing her Asari Commando training. So she's had fucking Asari Commando training. That's pretty good. Channels energy to a blank into a point-blank high-damage explosion around Kara. Yeah, I think we're going to get that. And we'll boost her Asari... Oh, that's shotgun and shotgun force with defensive training. Plus 20% max shields. Let's go. Right. We want to select Liam, please. We'll give him the Havoc Strike. Liam leaps forward and stabs down at enemies with his Omni Blades, discharging their power to stun all nearby enemies. Absolutely imperative that we get two things going, and we'll improve his... We'll improve his damage, I think. Confirm and exit. So now he's got at least 2 abilities that he can work with. Now, I don't know if whether or not abilities are on a joint cooldown or if they're on separate cooldowns. I'm kind of hoping it's separate cooldowns. Anyway, we've got a recording to listen to, so let's hit that up.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilkin, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilkin. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Oh dear. Well, that sounds pretty bad, but... Speak with Witness Shaw.
Technicians, please report to the Hyperion Coupling Annex.
So, where do we find Shaw? I'm not sure I should be doing this. Oh my god. Oh, so funny. Can we open any of these lockers? No? Okay then. I'm going to assume then that the person I need to speak to is in this direction. Hang on. There's a map. Okay.
All right, moving on. Docking clamps.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilkin murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the Chief. He looked right at Nilkin and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Okay, so why was the Chief shocked?
If they'd fought and Nilkin threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The Chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Huh. Did Nilkin regret it?
Did Nilkin seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilkin in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been guilt. The reality of the act sinking in.
And were there Ket there?
Did you see any Ket in the vicinity?
Nilkin said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
Did you agree with the Chief?
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer. In retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
Thank you.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Speak with Tan. This investigation is not over. That is important evidence. And it sounds like
Power draw is now at 100.
if he looks surprised, I've got a sneaky suspicion that something perhaps burst out of him. Chestbursters, maybe? Nope, sorry, wrong franchise.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we've found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
Okay. You trust me now?
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself. To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable, so how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Don't play games with me.
The way I see it, you need me. If I pull this off, maybe you'll look like the leader you pretend to be.
But first, you have to succeed at being the Pathfinder you pretend to be.
Where's my ship?
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Something wrong?
Ryder, please see me and Sam Node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Earn Andromeda viability points by scouting planets, making allies, and defeating threats.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion. All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Okay. Speak with Sam on the Hyperion. Oh.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity.
Raj Patil.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
Paranoia?
You know what they say. It's not paranoia.
If someone is out to get you, yeah. 3rd time this week. It's getting worse. First one was small stuff. This one could have hurt bad if I'd been closer.
That's not good. Sorry. Understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you report this?
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of, but I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, that's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me, if they start hitting critical systems.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Okay.
No, I'm fine. And I don't know. Find out why. Be careful.
Okay, so that's Director Tanning. Tanning bed.
Ryder, you may have a less than flattering view of me, but I want to express my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
What happened to him?
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
The Nilken murder charge.
I'm looking into the Nilken Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The body can reveal much.
The more certain we can be, the better.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
Okay. Cool, crikey, he's got a lot to talk about. What's his role?
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here, or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
Gridlock.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Why the doubt?
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Revenue management?
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Other questions? What about the Andromeda Initiative?
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Oh boy, and what about the origins?
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Gian Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Motivations for coming?
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons. One for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness, finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
Alien species on the Nexus?
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Oh, man, get over your prejudices. But I don't see any Batarians on board.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What about the Nexus troubles?
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
Okay, Jin Garson's death.
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Jesus Christ. You've got to make concessions.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the Cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But seeing as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Oh, good stuff. You know, it's always nice being the leader of all the things that are new and untested. Nothing could go wrong, surely.
Any more information you can give me on the missing Arks?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian Arks are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other Arks, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Are there any other Arks we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Oh, okay. So they will be here, but not for a long time.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Of course, as you pointed out, we need each other. Our futures depend on each other's success.
Well, investigate murder evidence and speak with Sam on the Hyperion. I need to find those consoles first. It's not one of them.
Some sort of redundant power relay checks. What's up with that?
Watson's office.
Before we removed them from the station, the mutineers left some surprises in the system.
Okay, that's not it.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security
Relevant
is on
data.
high alert.
Okay, did the quest not activate? Am I cracking up? Oh, what's going on here? Damage done to this site was caused by a direct override of the safety locks. Numerous people are listed as working here. I will cross-reference all other data.
Be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon that.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Oh dear.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Hurek, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
Can I join in?
I'm usually out in the field, but I wouldn't mind talking shop, or lab, you know.
You are always welcome.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Oh. Hey! Did I just level up again?
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
Have hope.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
Okay. Find the missing science vessel. So we're clocking up some
Pathfinder.
quests.
Want to hit some rocks for science?
Try and stop me.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Oh. Color me impressed.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Yeah. Money is money is money. I've got a sneaky suspicion this isn't where they're supposed to be. Final proposal, Professor Niharik et al. Since we are by definition an invasive species in Andromeda, our inevitable footprint must be laid carefully and we must preserve anything we replace. The Helios cluster presents an unexpected challenge. We arrived with seed archives and DNA banks to ensure preservation of the biodiversity of the Milky Way. But this cluster is scarred by the Scourge and its unique flora and fauna are threatened by its turbulence. That too requires conservation. Patch notes, Chief R. Lucan, GSV 2031, streamlined interface with Omni tool, minimal lag. 2093, tuned voice recognition to recognize both aluminium and... Oh. To recognize both aluminum and aluminium. 2105, haptic interface no longer defaults to transparent. Also resolves GSV 2027, haptic interface not found, and 2135, customized SAM handshake protocols.
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
I've got a feeling they're probably not supposed to be stood that close together. I don't know. This game's absolutely balked. I was kind of hoping when I jump in to play it, it would be mostly fixed, but apparently not. I need to find another panel. Let's check the old journal entries. Priority ops. Oh, I've leveled up again, haven't I? I'll come back to that in a minute. I will do that before we set off. Missions, allies and relationships. Find leads on the Solarian Arc. Acquired initiatives, nerve center, the Nexus space. Wait. First murder and station sabotage. Investigate Operation Center site. And investigate Pathfinder HQ site. Comparatively alien, access the terminal. Professor Herrick has worked on a comparative wildlife. Travel the cluster and take scans of unknown wildlife. Yes. Alright, I've marked that as the priority mission. Oh, so this is the terminal I was supposed to access.
Please await further instructions.
Okay, access to... Now it's triggered. Right. Right, there's got to be a shortcut to the journal. I'm going to assume it's J. Getting to know the Nexus. Speak with Kesh. Find missing science vessel. Speak with Kesh. Go do that next. And then I need to find... So the operations center, I think... This has got to be the operations center, hasn't it? You know, I could always check the map. Operations.
This is Mello. The console for the secondary management system is fixed. Everything checks out. It should sync up with my theory.
Okay. What am I missing?
Should report to the docking area at once.
Hey, well then, before we... Well, no, let's get the whole cache thing out of the way. Then I'll reactivate the scanny quest.
Engineering we are working on accessing more power.
Prepared. For posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up, the Nexus is a four-ring circus. Don't like How Tan operates and his disdain for the Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. It's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagons. I think I can talk to Kandros about this and at least try to get the two of us more coordinated. Or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. Same shit, different day.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
Oh, let's go for it. The genophage.
When we left the Milky Way, the Krogan were still dealing with a genophage.
Right. The genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
Ooh, the Solarian involvement.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
State of a cure.
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against the virus. A natural defense. During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had. Beyond all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Jeez. 4%. Okay, the Nexus problems.
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
Oh, blimey. I'm beating the shit out of the microphone. Sorry about that. Jen Garson.
What happened to Gian Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
More about Nexus problems?
I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
Okay, what about the Krogan whereabouts?
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
Did the deal go through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
So, the Krogan are rightly pissed off. That's not a good start.
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
Nothing more for now.
Later.
Later. Jeez.
Yes, I know the Hyperion.
Right. Yeah, so I'll access the journal straight away. Station Sabotage. Right, we've got that one selected now. Right, so let's head over this way. Aha.
Pathfinder, to cover their tracks, the Saboteur is overloading power to this panel from another junction relay. You can scan and trace the connective wiring to locate the surrogate panel.
Okay, that would be why I can see the...
Tempest crew should report to the docking area at once. Engineering reports. Hyperion power draw is now at 100%.
There we go.
Scanning power junction relays. This panel is malfunctioning. Without more data, I cannot determine if this is a normal malfunction or sabotage.
I'll just disable power to the panel until Raj can check it out.
Can I even reach the panel?
All personnel, be aware of any suspicious activity. Security is on heightened alert.
Okay. But one more thing we need to check down here.
Scan and trace the wiring to locate the panel that the Saboteur used.
Engineering reports.
Definitely somebody up to no good.
100%.
Pathfinder, I received the data from Sam. It really is sabotage.
Any idea as to who it might be?
Yeah. All these panels were worked on by Zara. I just can't believe it.
Security video logs confirm that Zara Kellis worked on these panels, as well as the one Raj Patil encountered.
Well, shit. Any idea where she is now?
Kellis is currently working on a panel on the Hyperion main deck.
Oh, on my ship. Actually, how do I even get there?
Technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling annex.
The very sensitive door.
Hey there.
You okay? Those guys really grilled you. And Addison. First Pathfinder they've seen in over a year. All she can do is question your competence?
Yeah, meeting Addison was interesting.
She doesn't know you. I do. And you're doing fine.
I appreciate it.
I worked out logistics with Director Tan. They're giving us a ship and crew. He said their best is taking care of it.
I still need to head back to the Ark and check in with Sam.
Sounds good. While you're there, maybe see how your brother's doing.
Okay. Right, well then, folks.
Tram technicians, please report
We...
to the Hyperion coupling annex.
Oh, cryo bay or habitation deck? Interesting. We'll probably head to the cryo bay first. But on that note, thank you very much for watching this installment of Mass Effect Andromeda. Not a lot of shooty bang bang going on, but we're getting a lot of story, a bit of depth going on here. It's all quite interesting actually, running around, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But until then, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this installment of Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Take it easy. Bye bye.